Hello, I'm David Harris, CEO of American Jewish Committee. Amnesty International UK is about to issue a report, and the gist of the report is the outrageous accusation that Israel, the lone democracy in the Middle East, practices apartheid. This has to be rejected unequivocally. Let's roll back a moment. Apartheid was a system of legal segregation introduced by the white minority in South Africa to define relations between and among the various communities within South Africa. It was a system which gave all political and electoral power to that white minority. It proscribed sexual relations or marriage between different communities. It limited educational opportunities, job opportunities, residential opportunities for the non-white majority. I can go on. But what happened in South Africa was a stain on world history that fortunately was upended in the 1990s and is now in the past. To take what happened in South Africa and to try and superimpose that apartheid system and the accusation that it entails on Israel is beyond comprehension. Israel is a liberal democracy, and as I said, the only such liberal democracy in the region. Yes, it is a Jewish majority nation, in fact, the only Jewish majority nation on earth. Precisely because Jews who were unable to live as free people, whether in North Africa, whether under communist systems, or of course during the Nazi era, found one place where Jews were in the majority and had the right to govern themselves. But even so, Israel established itself as ensuring the rights and protections of all of its citizens, Jewish and non-Jewish alike. Visit Israel today, and you will see that the fragile governing coalition that runs the country is entirely dependent on an Arab political party. Visit the Knesset, the parliament, and you will see several Arab political parties that participate fully and with the same votes as others in the country. Visit any hospital or medical center and see the role played by Israeli Arabs in Israeli medicine, in Israeli science, in Israeli technology. Travel to Israeli embassies around the world, as I often do, and you'll meet non-Jewish Israeli ambassadors and other diplomats. Visit the Supreme Court of Israel and see the role played by Israeli Arabs, including justices who have sentenced Jewish politicians, Jewish leaders of the country, to prison. Pay a visit to the Israeli Defense Forces, and you will see not only Jewish soldiers, but Israeli, Arab, and other soldiers who voluntarily choose to serve and defend their country. This is not to say that Israel is a perfect country, that it doesn't have its own social shortcomings. It does. But then again, show me another country in the world, including the country in which I live, the United States, that does not also have social shortcomings. But to equate those shortcomings with the system of apartheid in South Africa is nothing short of a canard, of a libel. Israel seeks peace. Israel has sought peace since its rebirth. It has been unable to achieve peace with its Palestinian neighbors, sadly. They have rejected one peace offer after another. Hopefully one day they will embrace peace. Israeli Arabs have by and large, according to every poll, shown that their loyalty is to the state of Israel, and they wish to live and to continue to build their futures in the state of Israel. So I'm proud to stand here and to say that I fully reject the Amnesty International accusation. Israel has nothing to do with apartheid, and apartheid has nothing to do with Israel. What happened in South Africa during the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, into the early 90s was a unique system that I hope we will never again see on the face of the earth. We will certainly never see it in Israel.